Miles McBride's energetic play has been evident since the Knicks bet on him, signing him to a 3-year extension. During the last game against the Cavs, McBride's crucial three-pointer, which increased the Knicks' lead to 9 in the last 30 seconds, demonstrated his vigor. He swiftly moved to his left to catch a pass from Donte DiVincenzo, bending his knees with the readiness of someone about to start a new set of squats. On any given day, the 23-year-old's jump shot truly embodies the word jump. Unlike others who barely lift off, he seems to aim for the ceiling with his leaps. During this particular game, his determination appeared even more intense. McBride, perhaps unconsciously, had primed his body for peak performance, relying on his consistently active legs throughout the night. He ran an unexpected marathon in that particular game, stepping in just 47 seconds into the first quarter due to Jalen Brunson's knee injury. Remarkably, McBride played the entire game from that point on, a total of 47 minutes and 13 seconds, without a break. His final three-pointer, a corner shot, clinched a hard-fought road victory, executed with surprising ease. McBride's reliability is increasingly evident. In the 107-98 victory against the Cavs, he scored 16 points, dished 5 assists, and had 0 turnovers. Impressively, he managed this while guarding all-star point guard Darius Garland for a significant duration of the game. His vigor was as palpable in the final moments as it was at the start. Since becoming a regular player in late December, McBride has been remarkable in his improvement. The third-year guard has consistently excelled in defense, though he's still mastering offensive leadership, a skill gap that led the front office to acquire Alec Burks right before the NBA trade deadline. In seasons past, McBride might not have attempted that late corner three-pointer with the confidence. During his initial 2 NBA seasons, McBride hit just 25% from beyond the arc. Now he's transformed into a player who nails 40% of his long-range shots. His coach expected this improvement. Thibodeau's belief in McBride began even before the player joined the Knicks, advocating for his draft with the 36th pick in 2021, a move that the front office eventually made. However, his support isn't just based on this initial push. Early on, even when McBride wasn't yet a standout in games, Thibodeau recognized his potential in shooting, often remarking that the point guard was a better shooter than you think. This confidence wasn't just a hunch, it was rooted in tangible evidence. Thanks to advanced cameras in the Knicks training facility, which meticulously track each player's practice performance, Thibodeau had data to support his claim. In the months leading to McBride's notable improvement, his practice results were promising, revealing him as one of the Knicks' top shooters during training sessions. Before we move on, we know you wouldn't want to miss out on more exclusive content like this, so make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the latest in the world of the Knicks. Let's continue. When McBride began his professional career, his shooting technique lacked consistency, particularly with his right elbow. Sometimes it would flare out, and at other times, it would rise straight up. Instead of striving to perfect a textbook jump shot, the focus shifted to achieving a repeatable form. The key was to keep the elbow tucked in and maintain a uniform shooting style every time. McBride's diligent efforts off the court convinced the Knicks he was ready for a regular role in Thibodeau's lineup. The decision to trade for OG Anunoby and Precious, sending Emmanuel Quickley and R.J. Barrett to the Toronto Raptors, partly aimed to create more playing opportunities for McBride. Following the trade, the Knicks secured McBride's place on the team with a 3-year, $13 million extension. It was a significant investment for a player who hadn't yet been a regular contributor and who had struggled with his offensive game, especially as a 29% career three-point shooter at the time of signing his new deal. Yet the Knicks believed McBride had more potential than his previous in-game statistics suggested. This belief has proven accurate, as McBride has been an effective player in the months following his integration into the rotation on December 30th. He's made 40% of his 4.2 three-point attempts per game since then, transforming into a reliable spot-up shooter. His catch-and-shoot three-point success rate stands at 41% as per Second Spectrum data. McBride is seeing more action off the ball these days. Not long ago, Thibodeau was reluctant to pair him with Brunson, but now he frequently plays the two small guards together. Thanks to McBride's defensive mastery, this strategy is effective. With Burks's arrival, traded to the Knicks a month ago, McBride is also spending more time in the corners, leading to increased playing time. However, McBride's impressive performance comes with its challenges. The Knicks' acquisition of Burks, along with Bojan Bogdanovic, was partly due to their lack of confidence in McBride's ability to lead the second unit in playoff games. Since Quickley's departure, the offense dips and remains stagnant whenever Brunson is not on the floor. While McBride is a proficient shooter, he is still refining his playmaking skills. Thus, the Knicks brought in Burks, a seasoned player they believed could replace McBride when the team is fully healthy. Unfortunately, Burks's performance has not yielded the desired results the Knicks anticipated upon bringing him back. When Julius Randle, shoulder, and OG, elbow, return, the starting lineup will likely be Brunson, Anunoby, Randle, DiVincenzo, and Isaiah Hartenstein. But Deuce does have a clear opportunity to keep Burks out of the rotation if he continues his fine play on the second unit. We could anticipate with McBride, Hart, Bogdanovic, and Precious as backups. Furthermore, the Knicks signed another guard, Shake Milton, recently waived by the Detroit Pistons. Milton is not expected to replace McBride, but rather serve as an experienced emergency backup from his playoff days with the Philadelphia 76ers. Focusing solely on this season's performance, McBride has surpassed Milton, who falls short in disciplined defense and hasn't maintained his typical shooting accuracy. Additionally, McBride has outperformed Burks, who has been terrible since rejoining the Knicks. If this pattern continues, McBride's season might mirror his experience in the Cleveland game. Once he gets on the court, he becomes indispensable. Precious has been getting the job done. Since OG and Julius went down to injury, Precious has averaged over 36 minutes a game, averaging 12.4 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks. He has always been a dependable rebounder, but his offensive rebounding has reached new heights. His rebounds come in various ways. Sometimes he outleaps an opponent, or he's already on his second jump while others are just landing. Observing Precious when a shot goes up, you'll notice him emulating greats like Dennis Rodman or Zach Randolph, skillfully positioning himself for the ball's next bounce. Since joining the Knicks, Precious has retrieved 14% of his team's missed shots, a personal best in his career. Recently, Precious's instincts have consistently been a strong suit. Despite a history of inconsistency with the Toronto Raptors and Miami Heat, he has unexpectedly adapted well to New York. When the Knicks acquired Precious and OG Anunoby from the Raptors, in exchange for R.J. Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley in December, he wasn't the headline of the trade. The deal was primarily viewed as centered around OG, Quickley, or Barrett. Precious was somewhat of an afterthought, a throw-in. However, over the past month, he's refined his energetic play, which used to be overly eager, becoming a reliable asset for the Knicks. Coach Tom Thibodeau has been utilizing Precious's versatility on defense, often having him switch and move away from the basket. For example, in a recent game against the Los Angeles Lakers, Thibodeau aligned Precious's playing time with LeBron James. This strategy is effective, not just symbolic. Thibodeau's praise for Precious is genuine, and it's reflected in the player's significant court time. Since joining the starting lineup, Precious is among the NBA leaders in minutes per game. Thibodeau's confidence in Precious is paying off. Thibodeau seems particularly impressed with Precious's improved decision-making on offense, an area that was previously uncertain during his tenure in Toronto. The Knicks utilize him as a screener, position him in the corner, and his pick-and-roll coordination with Jalen Brunson is evolving. Occasionally, Precious still makes a mistake. Perhaps a hasty, misplaced pass or an overly ambitious drive to the basket that ends poorly. Yet it's clear he's evolved from the player the Raptors once knew. Part of his growth involves knowing where to focus, and not just when going for rebounds. Initially, when Precious joined the Knicks, Thibodeau saw him more as a center than a power forward, and he was utilized accordingly in the weeks after the trade. Precious's role primarily involved being a traditional rim runner, setting screens, rushing to the basket, and capturing offensive rebounds. He didn't hold on to the ball much, and rightfully so at the time. But as Precious grew more comfortable, especially playing with various teammates due to injuries, he started refining his skills. He has enhanced the Knicks' dribble handoff play. In these actions, Precious is not just going through the motions with his teammates. He's observant, much like during rebound plays. He often spots his defender moving towards him, anticipating a pass to a teammate circling around. Seeing this, Precious keeps the ball, faking the handoff and driving to the basket. This maneuver often leads to an easy layup, akin to a quarterback keeper play in football. Precious is now successfully scoring with fake dribble handoffs. He executed one against the Dallas Mavericks, followed by similar plays against the Indiana Pacers and the Orlando Magic. Thibodeau has taken note, praising not just Precious's athleticism and defensive adaptability, but also his intellectual approach to the game. This new acknowledgement of Precious contrasts with how he was perceived in Toronto. Evidently, his change in environment has led to a change in his game. Soon, the Knicks might face a welcome dilemma. Randle is aiming for a comeback from his shoulder injury within the season, and OG is now day-to-day in his return. Their return will make the team lineup crowded. The starting lineup will likely include Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, OG, Randle, and Isaiah Hartenstein, with Deuce McBride, Bojan Bogdanovic, Josh Hart, and Precious as backups. This change will push players like Alec Burks and Jericho Sims out of the rotation. Additionally, if Mitchell Robinson, who's been out since December after ankle surgery, returns as hoped, another player might be out of the rotation. Considering Robinson and Hartenstein could occupy all the center minutes, and with Randle, OG, Bogdanovic, and Hart filling the forward positions, it raises the question, will Precious end up being left out, despite not deserving it? However, this may be looking too far ahead. It's possible Robinson won't play again this season. Or Precious, with his continuous rebounding, quick game comprehension, and consistent performance when called upon by Tibbs, might just alter the Knicks' plans. All Precious needs to do is stay alert and adaptable.